Hello and welcome back to Pravus Gaming and Democracy 3 Africa. Playing as Egypt, we are going into the final year. It's the final countdown. Year 8 of this campaign. Looks like my political capital once again got reset. That's to be expected. It will fix itself once I click the next turn button. Here we go. Pollution is at an end. Nice. Euthanasia. Ooh. Okay, a once famous citizen, age 66, is suffering from a terminal disease and living in constant severe pain. Although modern medical techniques can keep him alive for many more years, he has expressed a repeated desire to be allowed to take his own life. Do we legalize euthanasia? It is incredibly cruel to keep people living in a permanent pain when there is no hope of recovery, and they have already expressed a will not to carry on with their life. As modern medical technology advances, this is going to be more common, as we are able to keep people alive or, in pain or in a coma for many years. Or do we leave the law unchanged? Everyone has sympathy for those involved in these situations, but changing the law is the wrong decision. This will be the thin end of the wedge. Once the principle of helping people to die is in law, and the pressure will be on anyone with a terminal condition, especially where medical care is expensive. So what this is basically saying is, if there is a precedent to just kill people, okay, it's medically assisted suicide, basically is what it is. Once people express a desire to take their own life, we can medically force that to happen. Medically assisted suicide is euthanasia. So the idea is, from this argument, if, let's say a poor person, alright, let's say a very poor person has cancer, like leukemia, okay? And it's a super expensive treatment, they can't afford it. Then there will be an unspoken pressure, or even a direct one, for them to just take their own life so that they don't drag their family down into crippling debt. That's the argument here, and that, I mean, could happen. I'd like to think it wouldn't. I don't know. I'm personally against euthanasia, as a matter of principle. I really understand, like, the whole principle of we don't have to, I mean, keeping them in permanent pain. I have a lot of sympathy for that. That said, though, we don't have to keep them alive, we just don't have to kill them. Like, they can refuse treatment and just say, you know what, don't try to extend my life by another 10 years of pain. Just give me some medicine for the pain and let me pass. And they pass naturally, they just refuse to accept medical treatment. That's different to me than saying, I'm in pain, doctor, please give me an injection and kill me. That's different. I don't accept suicide. I think that that's wrong and indicative of depression or some mental health conditions. I certainly don't think society should be assisting with that, and that includes our medical practices. That's my personal belief. Again, I think you should be allowed to refuse to continue medical treatment. Don't extend your life if you don't want to. That's your choice. But taking your life and asking other people to help you with that, I don't know. That crosses a moral line to me. Maybe I'm crazy, but that's just my personal position. So I'm going to leave the law unchanged. We are not going to legalize euthanasia. Some people would, some people wouldn't. And honestly, it comes down to a knee-jerk reaction of, you're in pain, let me take away the pain. Like, you feel like you're being compassionate. That's why euthanasia has as much traction as it does in some places. But doing the wrong thing for the right reasons is still the wrong thing to me. You know, it's a gray area, but it's still wrong. Right? So, I don't know. I don't know. Not everyone shares my position on morality and right, wrong, wrong, right, how that kind of thing works. So I don't know. Let's move on into Year 8. We've talked about that long enough, which is to say not very long at all. Anyone who's been watching this channel for a long time knows I can go into some very long rants at times, but not today. Military interference is ticking down very steadily. I think this might actually be able to go away by the time we end this term, so that's pretty cool. We have 50 political capital to spend. You know what? Before I do anything else... 50 political capital, you say? Can I become dictator for life? What's this? Okay, so we have executive term limit, and we have executive term length somewhere. Where is it? There it is. So executive term length is how many years are in a term. Right now it's 4. We could increase this. This reduces our democracy and upsets liberals. Here's the thing, though. I don't actually want to do this. Because if I do, then that means that once this year is over, the game does not end. I actually have 3 more years to play before my next election. I want an election, so no. We'll have an election. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to eliminate the executive term limit. 2 terms? Ha! There is no limit. The sky is the limit as far as I'm concerned. And basically, even if a term is short and only 4 years, I can just get perpetually elected until the end of time, or until I die. So yeah, this will reduce our democracy, which actually means our dictatorship should go up a little bit, which I like. So yes, let us eliminate the executive term limit. That means I am now officially going to be dictator for life as long as I get reelected, and considering I have 100% of the vote, I feel like that's a pretty easy thing to do. Credit rating upgraded to a AAA. Nice. Nice. I think a big part of that is the fact that we've paid off as much debt as we have. National debt has been going steadily down for a while. The global economy is recovering. We have a very good GDP. Income is quite high. Expenditure is actually going down. I suspect because our health is improving, so we're not spending as much on state healthcare services. If I had to guess, which I don't, I'm under no obligation to guess, but I guess anyway. What else should we do? We want to reduce our democracy and solidify ourselves as one heck of a dictator. Right? Right. So what are some not corrupt necessarily, but extremely dictator policies I can do? Public services. Oh. Government indemnity. Yes, we're going to do this. Indemnify members of the government from being prosecuted for any crimes that they commit whilst in office. By exempting government officials from the law, they can do what is needed to best run the country. Although this empowers your government, creating a political class above the law is undemocratic and will not be received well by voters. I don't care! I'm a dictator! The point of this is, basically, I can commit as many crimes as I want while the dictator or while I'm in the government, and you cannot take me to court. So, it's extremely corrupt. Actually, it doesn't even impact our corruption at all. It just impacts our democracy. It's fine. Go ahead. Upset the liberals. What few are left, I don't care. Democracy going down means I'm going to be more of a dictator. A dictator, a dictator. Democracy goes down means I'm a dictator. Who lives on Drury Lane or something, I don't know. It's going to be fine. We actually can't do much of anything, actually, with the 6 political capital we have left, so let's go ahead and move on to the next turn. Yeah, I think this is going to work out really well. Oh no, a market meltdown. Well, that sucks. But we're still having a pretty nice surplus of 82 billion pounds. 100% of the vote? Yeah, this is pretty good. Poverty, crime, and unemployment don't exist. GDP, health, and education are maxed out. I think we're doing fine here. How's ethnic minorities doing? They're growing, 42.35% of the population. It's slowly going down. Immigration isn't maxed out, which is better than it's been in, say, my Canada playthrough or my Ghana playthrough. I don't know. It's still too high, but I'm not sure there's anything I can do about that. Just the fact that we're making as much money as we are means that immigration is going to stay really high. We're not contributing much to it. We are doing our darndest to reduce it. I don't know. I think it is what it is. And there's probably nothing else we can do. So let's not bother. Military interference. It actually is about to tick over the stop trigger. So that's good. So yeah, we're actually about to get rid of the last negative events in our country. Cool. And there's no pollution either. Wow, this is turning out to be an amazing playthrough. I'm doing really freaking well here. What do we want to do? Faith schools? How about school prayers? Yeah, we'll do school prayers. We're a theocracy after all. We already have compulsory church attendance, or mosque attendance. And now you will all pray twice daily. 2 times a day. Everybody, in school or not, will have to do prayers. Racial tension goes up. That's going to upset the ethnic minorities a lot. We actually don't need it to be quite this bad. How about just daily? Daily prayers. Religious membership, we can increase this, but it won't do anything for us. We already have about as much religious membership as we can. So there's no reason to take on the extra racial tension for no reason. We'll just do daily prayers for a roleplay perspective, but not because we actually have any use for it. Which seems fine to me. Yeah, it's perfectly fine to me. Any of that? No. Any of this? National anthem in schools. Yes, our children shall sing the Egyptian national anthem. I have no idea what it is. But apparently we have one. All schools. From high school down to kindergarten, age 10 to 18. Maybe a little bit older than kindergarten, but still. Youth don't like it, because they're required to sing, and apparently the young people don't like to sing. Unpatriotic little bastards that they are. But Patriots like it, and Patriot membership goes up. Seems fine to me. Let's move on to the next turn. Military interference is now at an... What is this? Foreign military support? I've never seen this before. We're just barely above the start trigger. It has no effects. Friendly foreign sovereignties are directly supporting the nation's military forces. These foreigners have an interest in ensuring the stability of our country, perpetuating the incumbent regime. Ooh, that sounds good. And maintaining the flow of resources across the borders. Is this Russia? Is Russia supporting us like they do for Syria? Maybe. Huh. Okay. Well, I don't know what it does. Apparently nothing, but the military is certainly not interfering anymore, so okay. Sure. Software patents. We'll allow them. I don't know what it does, but we'll allow it anyway. It sounds protectionist-y. Oops, that's not what I want to click on. Okay, so now that the military is no longer interfering, we can actually spend some money on them. So let's do that. Patriots will love this. Unemployment goes way down, which is already non-existent, but this will ensure that forever. State employees love it. Their membership goes up. State employees' income goes up. Why does having a military at all reduce our state employees' income as much as it does? That doesn't make sense. I actually don't know why this is the case, but increasing it helps to sort of solve the problem. That's weird. I would have thought that it's at 0, and the more military we have, the better we're paying our soldiers, so state employees' income goes up. But apparently having a military at all means that the state employees make less money. That's weird. Alright, we'll have overwhelming force, certainly. Ooh, look! 71 points. It looks like our leader has been generating plenty of political capital. Is our dictatorship going up? Oh, yes it is. Oh, yes it is. Okay, dictatorship is affected by democracy. Democracy is affected by... devolution, legislative independence, detention without trial, state religion, Gender Discrimination Act, judicial independence, press freedom. What? What? No. We will not have judicial independence. What are you talking about? We'll reduce this. In fact, we're going to get rid of it entirely. The courts are subject to me, and me alone. Corruption is barely a thing. Liberals won't like it. I don't care. I control the courts. I already can't be brought up on any charges, but now I control the courts directly. So that's good. What else can we do as a dictator? It's my last chance. My last chance to do crazy things! No. Torture usage by secret services? No. General media censorship. Secret courts? Do I censor the media? We do not wish to give antisocial extremists, basically people who live in their basement, extremists, the free use of our media to create unrest. Okay, yeah. General media censorship. Conservatives like it, liberals don't. Wow, this is a terrible policy. Television monitoring. It's kind of like the BBC. Television, radio, all media. I mean, I don't care if the liberals don't like me. This doesn't actually do anything for me. I kind of figured this was going to reduce our democracy a little bit, but it doesn't appear to. All right, fine. What about freedom of the press? Ah, I can't lower it. Boo. Okay, what else is affected by democracy? Minority sexualities, political power distribution. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's focus all the power in me. Perfect. We're going to apply this. And that is the last of our political capital, and that is the last turn. So, we are dictator for life now because we don't have a term limit, and people will definitely continue to elect us as long as we want. And I've done enough that I feel like our democracy is, is definitely going to plummet down to 0. Dictatorship, then, should go all the way back up to maximum, which might create some civil unrest, I don't know, but for all intents and purposes, this is pretty cool. All right, let's move on to the election. We should get 100% of the vote without fail. Let's start the count. Oh, it's pretty good. Oh, it's pretty good. Oh, some people didn't vote, you traitors. I almost had an actual 100% of the vote. It rounds to that, but still. Gosh dang it, guys. You couldn't just give this to me, could you? No, you couldn't. Boo. All right, break it down. The only people who didn't vote were some liberals. 295,925. Wow. 295,925. Liberals refused to vote. They wouldn't vote against me because they knew that I would kill them. But they didn't vote at all. I'm still going to kill them. Some middle-income people also did not vote. Some motorists did not vote. That's it, though. Across the board. It's pretty good. Changes. Equality has gone down quite a bit, but we still have an egalitarian society, so it can't be that bad. Health went up by 100% to what it could be. And by the way, I don't think this is that it increases by 100%, because 100% increase of, like, very little is still very little. It's just a little bit more. I think this means that our health has gone from 0 all the way up to what it could be. We had 0 health, now we have 100% of our potential health in Egypt. The highest it could possibly be. Education has gone up a lot. Poverty is non-existent. Quality, technology, working week environment. That's all pretty good. A lot of people are traveling by air now. Immigration's gone up quite a bit, no surprises there. I did my best, guys. I did my best to get rid of it. I don't know what else I could have done. Except tank the GDP, which you all know I'm just loath to do that. No. Car usage has gone way down. People use the bus now instead. Unemployment doesn't exist. Productivity's great. Foreign relations improved a lot. International trade as well. Racial tension, surprisingly low. Despite the fact that we definitely have ethnic minorities in the country now, it's still really good. Oil demand, oil supply, oil price. Poor earnings. The only people who suck are middle earnings, but it looks like the high earnings haven't changed. There are rich people in our country, right? But it says it doesn't change at all. That's interesting. GDP went from 0 to 100%. Nice. Private healthcare, blah, blah, blah. Tobacco. Private schooling. Private pensions. Traffic. Tourism's up. A lot of people want to come see the pyramids. Currency strength. The Egyptian pound, not British pound. The Egyptian pound is great. People are making more money. Corruption doesn't exist. Dictatorship, it says, went down. I don't know if I believe it. Foreign investment is quite good. Stability. Very, very, very good. Human development went from 0 to 100. Oh, yes. That's a huge number for us. Lots of other good things here. Infrastructure, economy type, gender inequality even went down. Not bad. Elder statesman, you have now been returned to power by the people so many times we are starting to wonder if it's worth putting anyone else's name on the ballot papers. It's not. I promise you. This is a one-party state for all intents and purposes. This is a dictator. Border alteration ratified. No. Alright, so yeah, we have unlimited terms, so we could play as long as we want. Let's take a look at a couple other things, though. So, dictatorship went to... It's gone up quite a bit. So yes, this is going to go up to max, I think. Democracy went down to 0. So yes, I think it's just a matter of waiting a few turns, but dictatorship should max out. So that's a success. 100% religious membership. Oh yeah. I have accomplished my goal. Sweet success. Ethnic minorities. I mean, immigration is technically ticking down. I don't know. It's still quite high, but it's going away, little bit by little bit. Not bad. Not freaking bad at all. Well, this was a blast to play. Egypt, everybody. They say it's the hardest one in the game. And the result is I have 0 negative effects and a lot of really good effects. We even kept our oil wealth while it's actually about to go away. Wow, this is hilarious. What is this? It's oscillating. Huh. Either way. No, we've done fantastically. We have lots of positive events, no negative events. We fixed every problem in Egypt, and we are still going to be a dictator, and we managed to create a proper theocracy, and everyone is religious. We accomplished every one of our goals in spades. One of my best playthroughs ever, I think. Actually, this may very well be the best I have ever performed in democracy. Which is ironic, because I had to be a dictator to do it, so I didn't actually follow democracy. How ironic indeed. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I've had a lot of fun with this series. I hope you have too. If you did enjoy, then please hit that like button. Of course, leave a comment telling me what you would like to see next. It's going to be a little while before I pick up Democracy 3 again, but I definitely will. Next time, I'm probably going to pick up Democracy 3 proper. and create a theocracy in the United Kingdom, but then we might consider picking up Africa again. We'll see. It'll depend a lot on your feedback. Of course, subscribe if you want to see my future content. And I, as always, will see you guys next time.